Say this is a big rich town. Yeah, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Ron.
And we are here to talk about Power, episode 602, and it's titled, Whose Side Are You On? So hold on tight and we'll be right back with you.
Show you how I'm nothing like him. Swear that's the truth. So you can't trust that
All right, we are back, and like I said, we're talking about Power. So this is episode 2 of season 6, and so we had big news. You know, we changed up our intro a little bit too in response to Power changing up their intro. And Ron, the creative genius here, he created this meme, you know, that you seen in our intro with the lady breaking a record. That new Trey song.
Donna Reed from It's Wonderful.
Right, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, and he kind of switched things up and had Trey playing. And then she comes in and smashes the record. And Ron, I can't tell you how popular you are on social media. I
got nothing to say except that wasn't the intention. It was just funny. And look what happens when you put your funny together and send it out. I mean, but thank you for you ladies for blasting it.
Tiffany sent it out to Joe.
I tagged Joe. Joe saw the meme. He reposted it, and then the Shade Room picked it up. And then thank you, Niecy Nash, Jill Scott, 50 posted it and things. But I have to address someone in particular.
Here we go.
Trey Songz. Trigger Trey, Tremaine, Mr. Still Your Girl. There's no shade. There's no shade.
Everybody, don't you?
No, it's no shade. I'm a fan.
It's a fig leaf.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm a fan. It's not trying to hurt Trey's feelings.
Right.
We support his music. I went to the Between the Sheets tour with Breezy. You know I'm from Philly, but I was raised in Virginia, the 2 up, 2 down. So I support Trey.
VA brethren.
Exactly. But I say all that to say, next week, 5th, that original theme song better be back on. Or else we're going to keep up with the memes. And our viewers, please tag us, continue to tag us when you see
the meme.
Because my able, talented co-host, Ron, created that meme.
Yes, and unfortunately, a lot of people that reposted did not tag us.
So please tag us when you see it.
Give credit where it's due.
If 50 doesn't put the meme back on, the new theme song back, the original, excuse me, please continue to tag us. Tag 50, tag Power.
And 50 said he was going to put it back.
He did.
That we'll see.
That's right. He said he disabled his comments because he was out of town holiday weekend, and next week he'll be back. If it's not, we're going to keep up with our memes. You guys keep tagging him and Power and tag us too.
We're going to meme him to death until he put the old version back. We want Joe.
That's right. This is the new resistance.
Here's some corn for you. And we meme it too.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
And I was talking to the team about what we should call the followers. Like, Breezy has Team Breezy. Nicki Minaj has the Barbs. And
Rihanna got the Navy.
I
think the Spot got to have the Real Talkers or something along those lines. Give us your suggestions.
Yes, so we would love to hear that.
Yeah, that sounds hot. The Real Talkers.
I'm cool with it.
Okay, well, let's jump into the recap for this week.
Should I go get the boxing gloves first?
Okay. Look, y'all don't understand. We had a little pre-conversation before we started filming these two. When we get there, y'all gonna see them bumping heads a lot this episode.
And some of y'all are used to that, and some of y'all are not.
Yeah.
But it's all love.
It's all love.
It's all love. Yeah, and when you hear the yelling and screaming, just understand.
Please don't get offended.
Yeah, just bear with us, but we are passionate, okay?
Yes. We're passionate.
She's extremely passionate. And wrong, but
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. But also, we know we have our regular followers, but just in case there's any new viewers, we have a segment called the Who Can Get the Hands list. So we put people on our Who Can Get the Hands list every week.
Yes.
And so we have a few contenders.
And you'll hear them brought up as we start speaking on them. So,
Okay, let's go.
This episode, wow, we open up with Ghost kind of like snooping around the scene where he had shot up Tommy's car. And I'm like, why would you go back there? Like, would you just wanted to seal the deal
Or did
and make
he ever
like
leave?
But well, it seems like maybe he never left too. You're right about that because it looks like it's a new day. The sun's up.
Sun's up.
But it happened at night. So I'm like, maybe it was the middle of the night when it happened because Tommy is also getting Tariq to call him an Uber as well. And he's getting back home in the morning.
Funny.
Yeah, he said, how do you give negative stars?
That was funny.
Driving and called him Eminem wannabe and all kind of stuff.
And that's the first time they called that. Remember in the first season, Rolla called him.
Oh, yep. And I'm just like, Ghost, what are you doing? And he gets hemmed up eventually by Jason and his guys. And Jason's like, I take that as a personal attack on my organization. And so now Ghost has gotten himself in over his head.
Well,
Jason.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think Ghost hung around because that is his boy, that's his brother, and I think he was still in disbelief because he thought at that time that Tommy was really dead.
Yeah.
So I think he was hanging around like, wow, I really did this to my boy.
Right.
Or either that, or I think sometimes with all those bullets, a car riddled with bullets, he may have wanted to hang around just to see if he was actually dead.
Well,
That's
how
what
could
I'm
he
saying.
not be after all of that?
Well, I mean, but a bullet has to hit you. If it, I know a guy was shot 5 times, point blank range, and lived to talk about it. So,
Fifth was shot 9
Well,
times.
there you go. So it's good to hang around to see if your target is no longer, breathing. So, whatever reason, I wouldn't have done it, but he did. So now he's in with Jason, one leg in, and trying to make some escape and wanting to still kill Tommy. And Jason says, "Oh no, we can't go that way. You kill Tommy, then you're my new distro.
Yep.
Distro. What is this?
Distro.
Yep.
Exactly.
So I think Jason is a mastermind for doing this because he's playing it on both sides.
Yes, he is.
He's
Pimping them both.
He's pimping them both.
And so not only does Ghost he's put himself in a position to get back into the game, possibly, but he's now also having to pay Jason $100K every 2 weeks.
But again, and it's what I've been saying all along, he wants out, but for
But
whatever
he doesn't
reason.
have clean money like that to
Right.
keep
He doesn't
dishing
have
out.
clean money, but his hands are so dirty, nothing's cleaning his hands either. He's always in a mess. And it's only because he wasn't able to get out initially in that beginning stages when he had a slim chance to get out, he stayed in. And even though we disagree as to why he stayed in or whether or not his wife had anything to do with it, which of course I believe she does, and we're not going to get
That's
there.
not why
going
we
too far back.
disagree.
That is 90% of why we disagree if you break it down. But he's just in too deep now. I don't know what death is the only way out for him. And generally, when you're in a
Death or jail.
Yeah. And the other thing with Jason is that later on in the episode, Tommy had a chance to take a shot at Ghost and get him back, but he kind of gets kidnapped by Jason's guys and brought back in. And so he's like, what are you doing? Like, I had a clear shot at this man. I could have got rid of our problem. And Jason's like, nah, like, we not doing that no more.
But do you think Tommy really wants to kill Ghost?
Now he does.
I still think there's a part of him.
There's a part of him that's hesitant, but he knows if I don't get you, you gonna get me.
He's gonna get him, right.
So it's like I kind of got to do what I got to do. And
I think he feels as though he has to, but
he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want
right. Even when he discussed with Tasha and Tariq and asking them their feelings on it and trying to gauge how they would feel, he even talked with Keisha and was like, I didn't want to do anything to Ghost because of Tasha and the kids. And Keisha's like, well, Ghost wasn't thinking about me and my son when they were thinking about killing
Listen,
you.
Keisha need to be on the hands list.
Okay.
Keisha was on my nerves.
No, put that check mark. Keisha,
hands list. She got to get the hands.
Yeah.
Rolling up in there like y'all been like that for a minute. I just met Cash.
She in over her head. She is in over her head.
We just saw your son this episode.
She is not gangster. You see how she acted when she thought the cops was at the door? Keisha gotta go.
Keisha needs.
Well,
she's not.
You saw what Tommy said. Tommy's like
damage control.
Damage control.
Well, damage control was about pause. That's when they had that exchange. They were talking about
but
pause.
when he spoke with Tasha, I don't know if
he was, when he's saying with Keisha, that's a bigger problem. How she acted
right now.
Yeah.
When you are, when someone says that there's a problem and you're it.
Oh yeah, she better tread lightly. She better tread lightly.
She's skating on very thin ice.
She is skating on thin ice because there's only so many Chanel bags that's going to keep her out.
You know what?
When you take a bullet, that bag ain't going to
exactly.
She was trying to keep Tommy away from Tasha, but she ain't say return that bag.
No.
So Tasha was right on. She can be bought.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Because she's still real scary.
Yeah. Keisha, I think she's going to be one of the people that's going to die real soon.
I also like what Tommy said. He said, okay, we're going to do this. They have responsibilities. You got responsibilities.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that resonated with her. Because she just doesn't get it.
No, she's not. She wants Tasha's life. Mm-hmm. She is not Tasha. Tasha is a G.
Oh, straight.
Keisha is not.
No. Right. Yeah,
and we'll get more into that too because, again, a lot of you out there think that I have something against Tasha just like this woman over here does, which I really don't, except to say that she is a G. There's no part-time G in Tasha. Tasha is just like Ghost, except she's a female. She does it her way as a woman. Ghost does it his way as a man. Mm-hmm. The two, they're meant for one another.
Well, I'm wondering about how this is going to play out because, Keisha wants Tommy away from Tasha. Keisha wants Tommy away from Tasha, yeah. And so Tommy can't stay away from her at this point. Like, they are kind of like family.
They're family. Keisha's tripping, and she's acting real jealous and just real. And when she was blowing him up all day, I was like,
and the way she kind of turned Tasha away from her door.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's just a booty call for him.
No, I think Tommy is really kind of trying to invest in her.
He's trying to invest in her, but she's blowing him because she can't. I
think that's just what he wants her to do too.
I'm not going to deny that, but Tommy also has some feelings there. Like he's been bonding with Cash.
Yeah,
and I think Tommy's the relationship type.
He wants a ride or die. He wanted the relationship with Holly to be like that, like Tasha and Ghost.
Holly had a whole lot more for.
Oh, she was more streetwise.
Right.
She was gangster.
And I think that's what I kind of see in Tommy. I see in Tommy him thinking there's something missing with Keisha that he can't get but so close to, because he doesn't trust her. He doesn't know if she would hold out if she's been interrogated by the FBI, because I'm sure that's coming.
And she already was interrogated, and she did hold it down last
more
season.
So, because when she hit the door, thinking that
she was acting
to contrast that, we see how Tasha, the feds rolled up on her this episode and was trying to question her about Silver, and she held her ground.
She did. She shut the door on her face like, listen, tragic. It's a tragedy.
Right.
I heard that because Blanca was really trying it.
Yeah,
I was like, she needs to get the hands this week
Blanca
too. Blanca was trying. I'm like, you really overstepping it.
Yeah, and Donovan tried to tell her, like, what are you doing? We weren't authorized to question her about this.
I was like,
doing her own thing.
Yeah, I said that's gonna get her hurt.
Yeah,
and then she questioned her again
after she left.
After she left, and remember, and asked, and then I like what Tasha said. Okay, so I was screwing her.
So right. A moment of honesty.
This is what I'm talking about. Look, Tasha is it.
She was gangster. I never denied that she was gangster.
but. No, you don't deny it, but it's all that heartfelt stuff that y'all put in.
Stop it.
We never said that Tasha was an angel, okay?
We never said she was an angel.
She's been done dirty, though.
She's been done dirty. And the thing is, no.
And not be an angel. Only angels are done dirty.
We just said
she is dirty.
No, she is culpable for a lot of things. She is not an angel, and some of you that are new to this program, we have said that Tasha should have supported Ghost in the beginning. Yes, she should have. She has done a lot of things that has made her culpable too. But a lot of the reason for why they are where they are is because of Ghost and the decisions that he made.
And did she not say that this episode too, when she went to the house?
Yes.
And she was like, I got questioned by the feds. Where's Terry? And then she's like, you blew up my whole life. You
blew up your life the moment you said I.
Oh, get out of here! And then another thing, he had the nerve to take her off the list. How dare you? That nigga, you need to get the hands too.
One of our viewers made a very interesting comment, and I really had to give him kudos for it, because what he said was, Tasha never loved Ghost. He never loved James. She loved Ghost, and that's what we have seen up until this point. Ghost has been whom she was in love with, not James. Angela comes in, she loves James, not
Right.
Ghost.
Well, Angela had more time to get to know
Well,
James.
She knew it, right.
History
But
beforehand.
my point that I'm getting at is Ghost wanted to be James. He wants to be James. He wanted out so he
Ghost
can be.
showed Tasha Ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost
Lord have
never
mercy.
showed Tasha James. He showed Angela James. That's why Angela
You
did
said
not love
Tasha is a
Ghost.
G.
Angela did not know Ghost
Tasha
until later.
knew.
Yeah,
She
that's
only
true.
knew
That's
James.
true.
She grew up with him, so she knew James and Jamie. Tasha
And
never.
when she saw Ghost, that's who
never
she fell in
showed
love with.
Tasha James.
She grew
he
up
showed
with
her.
him. The boy
She was
wasn't-
younger. He was a drug boy.
But
He was a drug
younger.
boy.
He was
a
younger
drug
too.
boy.
And she.
And
didn't mind
so
it.
right.
So that's
She didn't,
okay.
But he never showed her James.
I do agree that that Ghost himself, he picks and chooses who he wants to show.
Yeah,
facets of
that's why
himself
he's
to.
Ghost.
You all are magical with this stuff, man.
I mean, look, viewers, please tell us, are we blind? Like, do y'all not see the same thing?
I'm
Tasha
saying.
grew up with James.
And she was
He
young.
wasn't Ghost
And she was young.
until he became Ghost. And
He
when
was Ghost when she met him.
he wasn't
He
Ghost.
was Ghost. He was a corner boy.
A
He was-
corner boy doing
Which
corner
is-
boy stuff.
Which is
But that
Ghost.
ain't-
And he was known in the streets as Ghost.
That's because-
he was always Ghost to
because
her,
he
not
knew-
James.
Oh my Lord. Look, let's go on. Let's go on.
Well-
I'm never gonna win that.
Nope.
Well, I mean, we still on the topic of of Ghost and Tasha, because they had their first divorce proceedings,
Which
and-
was Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
go ahead.
I want to hear the commentary, but I'm just
No, I go ahead.
No,
leading
no.
y'all
I didn't
into it.
No,
You
because
know.
I said something about this last week.
Well, Tasha has hired a forensic examiner for the counts, and she has found out the Ghost has been hiding money, and he has the nerve to be upset at her for hiring a forensic examiner.
Hiding money.
okay.
This nigga, that's why he's on the hands
she
list.
used the N-word on Ghost. Okay,
Yes.
she get the hands this week.
Nah, because
Okay.
he is.
Oh, look.
It took her off the list.
Look.
He hiding
Let me
money.
ask you a question.
Get out of here.
You in the drug
And then he
game.
asked her for her loyalty,
Wait a
and
minute.
then wanted her to come to go to the funeral. I would not have gone. And he
Tiffany,
wants
all
himself.
of
He
your
wants
money-
him to look innocent.
Well, Tasha
That
has to go to that funeral to keep her
Tiffany,
name clear.
When you're in the,
But
when you
that
in,
look, but
when
that
you in
looks
the game,
doesn't
all
look
of
realistic.
your-
It looks
Guys,
good for him.
when you
It's
are
not
in the
realistic
game, all
that you're
of your
going to the
money is
mistress
hidden.
funeral though.
You don't have any money sitting out there so all can see. All his money is hidden. Why not have it in a few other places?
He's married. So what do
Married
you
to
mean?
who? Somebody that wanted to divorce him? Somebody.
You don't have hidden accounts
Right.
What?
when you're married.
Don't what?
Do you? Do you?
Excuse
Do
me?
you?
I didn't hear what
Do
you said.
we need to have a conversation after this?
Hold up. You said you
Do
don't
we-
have. Look.
Hidden
When you talk to your wife?
What do we call hidden?
Hidden? I don't know about it.
now we use
Until
the
I hire a
semantics.
forensic
Well,
examiner.
Exactly. No.
I defer. So
Yeah.
no, I don't have any. Honestly, I don't have any. hidden
But
accounts. No.
he did, and then I mean, she had to hire a forensic. He was hiding money.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to hide money. He's in that game.
What-
What are you going to do? Tell the
He's trying to get out the game.
But at
And
least
why
tell
did
your
your wife know?
If you're gonna hide an account for your drug dealing purposes, at least let your wife know.
Yeah, because she was in on it anyway. So why not tell her about those other
Right.
accounts?
Well,
I
you
mean,
know-
let's not forget he wiped the accounts
And let us-
2-3 seasons
And
ago.
also, let us not forget that at some point, wasn't she trying to hide some money?
She was trying to start a new life from him.
Well, that's okay though.
Nah, I mean, no.
No, is it?
I mean, it might be when he out here finagling with Angela. Shoot,
Well,
I don't know. I gotta
she
look out
was
for
trying, she was
myself.
trying to have a game
Finagling.
plan so she can start her.
They out here trying to
her
start.
life.
He's talking about moving to Miami.
Yeah,
starting
he
a
was
new
talking about the
life.
kids. Yeah, he was. He had
Okay,
moved up in her
okay.
little
Got it.
apartment.
Okay.
Had the kids sleeping on an air mattress,
At
y'all.
this
That's where my issue started
At
with
this
Ghost.
point, we really
I
go
like
off
Ghost.
script because I'm saying they just don't see it. Everything she does is because of something, not just because she's just that way.
Look.
And my whole point is, I'm not disagreeing with anything that you say about what Ghost has done. All I'm simply saying is, you all keep saying it's because of. How about it's just because she is who she is?
I mean, she can be who she is,
Right.
but when you got somebody that's riding with you till the wheels fall off, you don't treat them like crap. Like, he's not even trying to give her enough money to take care of the kids'
Maybe
needs.
he knows her a little better than we do.
Yeah, listen, he treat everybody like crap. And that's why he don't have a
got it.
relationship with Tariq right
Every-
now.
every-
And because Tariq sees that his dad is a cancer. Because he's backstabbed everybody. He backstabbed his mom.
Here
He
we go.
backstabbed Tommy. He backstabbed Kanan. He sees him for who he is, and that's why he doesn't have a relationship with him.
Now that we're on the topic of Tariq, because like I mentioned before, we talked a little bit beforehand, and this was the topic where it got heated. So let's just get into it. Tariq, he has started his little drug dealing on the side.
My man,
he got his roommate working for him.
This boy learned that game quick. I mean,
he is his father's son.
Again, which is why I don't understand why y'all so uptight about about Ghost trying to keep his son out of the game.
All right.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Put the hands down for a minute, just for a second.
I have to sit on my hands.
Sit on your hands.
Sit on my hands.
Keep the mouth shut for a second.
Now, when y'all listen to Ron, just know he's really serious. He's not just playing devil's advocate. He's serious.
I'm bringing it the way I see it, and this is how I see it. Ghost cannot be so honest with his kid when he knows that his kid kind of wants to be in that limelight anyway. So Ghost, no, he's not going to tell him everything. He's not going to say, "Hey, son, you know who I killed last week?" No, it's not going to be like that. That's his son. He don't want to tell his son all that.
All right.
So he's not telling his son the truth because he can't handle the truth.
Okay.
Go ahead, T.
Realistically speaking, in real life, if that's your son and you don't want them selling drugs, I understand. But this is a different situation. Tariq has witnessed Jukebox death.
Yeah.
He's witnessed Raina's death. He's witnessed Kanan's death. That boy is gone. There's no saving him. He took Angela's gun. He been selling pills. He's already been in talks with, what was his name from last season? Vincent, talking about selling with him. Tariq is in the game. You can't save him now.
Guess what? Who doesn't know? Ghost doesn't know that he's out there selling drugs. Ghost doesn't know that.
Ghost knows that he's on the path.
But listen,
but you're talking about truth. If you want to know the truth, then if you want to know the truth, tell the truth. But so he's not doing that. So he's
I'll give you that.
So just like I said, he is Ghost personified. So what Ghost is doing to him, he's doing to Ghost. But y'all get all up in arms about what he's not doing. But what Ghost isn't doing. No, go ahead and break that up.
I'm trying to wait for you to finish.
I know you said I was tripping.
I'm trying to wait.
You said I was tripping.
Yes.
But I said I was tripping.
I'm trying to wait for you to finish.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. In reality, I get what you're saying, but this is a different situation. Tariq is a completely different child. He's already in the game.
Exactly.
And he's been exposed to too much. And Ghost is trying to Ghost got the blinders on like he hasn't.
How does his father not know he was pulling lips?
Ray.
Kanan had put him on. He killed a cop.
Yes, okay.
They had to cover it up. He killed someone already. He helped Tasha set Kanan up.
Yep.
Come on now.
And also, not stupid.
Ghost is not stupid. Listen, and then Tasha told Tariq the truth.
And Ghost knows that Tasha
and then when he asked him, he came to Ghost to tell him first, and Ghost I don't know why your mother told him this and that and stuff. And that's the problem with Ghost. Ghost will talk about what everybody else did and never own up to what he's done. That time when he was in Tariq's dorm and Tariq asked him, "Why is he after you?" That was the time to come clean. He did not. Once again, he said because he betrayed Tommy. But when he went to Tommy and he said, "Tommy, he told me that you took a shot at him. You were trying to kill him and not Angela." Tommy kept it a buck, and that's what he wanted from his father. And each time that he lies to him, he is losing Tariq a little more. He does not trust him because of that. That's why. No, that's a lie. It's a lie. And he acted like he didn't know.
It's not like a lie by omission where if you don't ask, I just don't
asked him point blank.
He directly asked him.
He asked him. And he did the same when he asked him about the neighborhood. Natasha told him about the same thing, but he can't be trusted. And now he knows. Tariq sees that his father is a cancer and a liar because he's backstabbed. Oh well, shoot, he's a product of both his mother and father.
And that's double. That's double
right. It is double. But he sees from his father that his father has betrayed his mother. His father has betrayed Tommy. His father has betrayed. This called the final betrayal.
Yeah.
This season, Ghost has betrayed everyone. Tariq sees this. He cannot trust him And that's why he trusts
He can't
his
trust
mother
him.
and Tommy.
And that's why he gave Ghost the boot.
Okay.
Like, get up out of
Get
my
up in
room.
there, right.
Finally, let's understand something. What is it that he can't trust his father to do? Take care of him?
He can't trust his father. That's
Certainly
money.
he wants
That's
to
a
do that.
material thing.
Well,
He
whether
can't
material or
trust.
not.
He can't trust his dad. His character. He doesn't trust him.
Yeah.
To do what?
He's not
Anything. Like,
anything. He's
can't
lying.
tell the truth.
He's not going to
I can't trust you to
So
be
you
faithful
think-
to my
He's not
mom and my family. I can't trust you to tell me the truth when I
I
ask
can't
you.
trust you to be there for me.
Y'all,
Yeah, Tommy said my
I
phone.
want
If you
y'all
hit
to
my phone, I
understand the
always
difference
answer.
between bleeding hearts, which is what we got here, and people who understand what's really going on in this program is that you got two gangsters who seemingly want to do it their way. That's all I see. I see two gangsters, one female, one male, and they all want to do it their way. What we got here is a bunch of bleeding hearts. who
No,
want-
I
That's
see
not
both
true.
of y'all perspective. Like, but if Tariq was still an innocent child, I see shielding him from this.
Right.
But Tariq is not innocent.
So
He
let him
seen
go?
not let him go.
So what
but
do we do? So what do
be
you do?
better
100.
Like, he already
But you
knows
can't be-
he's getting the truth from Tommy and Tasha.
And that's
so
half,
why lie?
But that's
anyway?
half his
Why
problem
lie?
because he is getting the truth. He's getting the truth about murder. He's getting the truth about how to do things that he has that at his age he shouldn't be doing. And now you want his father to roll up and tell him, "Yeah, I killed
No,
somebody
it doesn't
last
have
week."
to be
Or
that
yeah,
way.
I said Tommy's. I killed Tom. Rather,
We're not saying endorse it, but if he
But that's
asks
what
your
you're
point,
doing in
but
effect.
If he's confronting you with the question, he obviously knows something happened.
Right.
And so
I
why
asked
continue
you
to
the other
lie?
day,
It's
have
like
you lied to your son? You don't have to tell me yes or no, because I know that you have. We all have. We've lied. Sometimes
there's a difference in
we
telling
lie.
a little white lie and did you kill? Why is somebody trying to kill
It
you?
might be white
Yeah.
to you, but it may be black to me.
But see, every time that Ghost tells Tariq a lie, he's losing Tariq a little bit more and more. And Tommy sees that. And so he's like, well, if you don't really care if your dad is dead. And then Tasha screwed up. Tasha, I'm sorry, you got to get on the hands list for this. Tasha was running her mouth in the car to Tommy saying,
And the other thing-
I don't know. Maybe we'd be better off if Ghost was dead. At least we could collect the checks from his insurance.
The beneficiaries.
And I'm like,
all about
Tasha,
money.
you
She's all about-
you
Yeah,
running your mouth to the wrong
She's all
woman.
That was foul. That was foul. But she
It's-
said,
that's what she's about. She's
but
all
when
about
Tommy
that.
asked her, "What are you saying, T?" She said, "I don't know what I'm
She
saying."
did retract it.
She said because
But-
she was just coming from the arbitration, so she was pissed. And when you're pissed, and in a moment you say
You
things.
don't vent to a killer.
No, you
Tommy
don't.
ready to
No,
go.
but that's like her brother.
First of all, she wasn't that pissed.
She was pissed. She was
upset.
pissed.
She was upset because she found out what she already knew, that she signed a prenup that said if you try to get the divorce, you're not getting anything. Excuse
And she
me.
was upset because he had
Excuse
hidden
me,
accounts.
What?
And that you gonna ask me to
It
go to
doesn't
Angel's
matter
funeral
whether
with
she
you.
had.
And then he asked her to go to the funeral.
Look, the prenup said if you ask for
Right,
a divorce,
right.
you get nothing.
Right.
So what?
Well, she
are
still
you
has
upset?
leverage because all that she knows.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's only because here we go, talking about street hood. So she's all about the street. She knows what she's doing. But my whole point is, how you going to get upset about something you already knew? See, this is my point
She
with
didn't
y'all.
know he had hidden accounts.
It don't matter. He's got
No.
money, and she's wanting
does
to
matter.
Okay, watch this. Watch my lips. Prenup. So what does that mean? You ask for the divorce, you get nothing.
Guess what? That don't matter when I'm your wife and you've been in this lifestyle and you a drug dealer and I know all your secrets.
Yeah.
Let me
Well,
tell you something. I got
He
leverage.
might have to come at
I'ma tell
Tasha
you
because
what,
he was
though.
like, "What? Do you
I'ma tell you
know?"
what
He
she's
looked
saying.
suspect
Okay,
when he said to
so-
her, "Like, what you saying?
Okay, so-
you wouldn't do it." I said, "Oh,
Yeah, she said try me.
Okay. said, "Try me." I
Let's
was
go
like,
one
"Oh."
deeper with your little fly-hearted angel. Okay, if Tasha...
Fly-hearted angel.
Tasha, that's what I'm calling her. So let me say this. If Tasha did that, if she actually, turned on Ghost, dropped a dime on Ghost, she's also dropping a nickel on herself. So now Ghost in jail, she's in jail, what happened to the kids?
If she dropped it down on him, they would give her immunity.
Yeah.
You think-
They
I
want.
think
They want.
They want Ghost bad.
They were offering
may give
immunity
her-
last week.
No, they'll tell you that junk, and then you know what they do? They wind up giving you a lighter sentence, but your behind is going to jail because they want the whole syndicate, the whole network. They are not going to let her walk out and take care of the kids and live happily ever after. Hell no. She's going to jail. Everybody going to jail.
No,
don't know.
I think they would
Tasha
cut her.
could get
They
immunity.
would cut her a deal. They let Teresi out of jail,
Yeah.
and he was a bona fide
And they
killer.
wanted Ghost that
and they
bad.
wanted Ghost that bad, and to get close to Tommy. They let him out of jail, and he was in there for life. Get out of here. The feds will do whatever they want.
Well,
Teresa went out.
Go ahead,
I was
T.
just saying, finish your comment, but
I'm done with it. I'm done with it. You can go.
Okay.
I got something else to get on. Because here's the point. It don't matter. Because I'm saying.
He always got something tucked in his pocket.
You ain't getting away with that. Okay?
What about the feds?
Yeah, the feds. You ain't getting away with that. But go ahead. I'm good with you.
Oh my goodness, you two, I just can't with you.
I'm good with you.
Well, I was going to move on and talk a little bit about Paz and Tasha. Because obviously Paz found the burner phone that Angela had and she'd been using it to communicate with Tasha. And so at first I thought Paz might have really dropped down on him and been like, you know what, I'm giving this phone up to the feds. But then when she figured out that Angela could really be made out to look like the criminal in her death, then I was like, dang, Paz.
So Paz joined the...
She's pulled herself into their...
She protected her
into
sister.
their mess.
She protecting her sister.
Okay.
She is.
Her sister is dead. You know what she's protecting?
The benefits,
the Social
though.
Security and the benefits that are coming from
Yeah,
her sister.
But she also
That's what she's
is
really
protecting her reputation too.
The reputation,
Even
her
though
reputation was foiled.
well, that's she's riding for her sister.
She's riding for that money.
I don't think she should have put that phone in the casket.
Oh my
because
God.
they might exhume the body.
They may, and here we go again. Everybody's after that dollar. Okay, she's trying to protect the dollar that's going to be coming to her soon. Because what did she ask Sachs in the car?
She asked him about the benefits.
And Sachs said,
yeah, he said that they were still the HR was going to clear it up.
But you know what though? I saw that when she was calling because at first she didn't know who paid for the funeral.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when she called, and
she was trying to see if Sachs did it.
There you go. When she called, she was trying to find out if it comes. And when he said it hadn't, then she knew where it came from. And that's why she immediately
she not only
text Tasha and thanked
her. The girlfriend was a little calmer with Tasha after knowing or thinking at that point. Because let's see what ran through her mind.
Well, I think she
knew
was
the feds didn't.
She was at ease that it was going to be paid for.
Secret was going to be kept safe too.
The secret going to kept safe. She's going to be able to bury her. Because first of all, that is jacked up that she worked for the feds and had that high level position, and they can't pay for it. The benefits are going to come through. That's real tired. Now she's
the song by the OJ's Money, Money, Money.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's tired of the feds to do that.
Yeah, that was trifling.
That's trifling that the feds didn't.
Do I have to play that under our theme so that y'all get it? It's all about the money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's really messed up because she was the head of criminal and all this stuff. She gave
up her career and all her glory for love.
Right. Okay. She risked it all for the D. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
See, you see how easy you go for that. But
it was love. It was.
It's either the D or the love. You can't.
It was both. She did that.
Oh, so
it was both. I never said they didn't love each other now. I never said that.
Okay, so she gave it up for love.
And the D.
There you go.
And the D.
And the D.
Let's look.
She won the D challenge.
She's a Philly girl. Whatever comes out of her mouth, forgive her. Because that's just how they act. You know?
all you Philly folks.
I'm not saying all Philly girls like that, but this one right here. We had a discussion upstairs that kind of brought me some different light on you, but we will let that one go. But anyways, hell, y'all made me forget what I was saying. So
Go ahead, T.
Well,
I was going to move on and talk about Proctor because Proctor has gotten himself in a little bit of a pickle now.
Proctor stays that way. Now,
man, that ex-wife, she coming for him.
Okay, I didn't know she was practicing law.
Well, she's back because Sachs gave her the recommendation for her new job. So,
okay, but what do you think of the setup?
She has split custody.
She's gonna get Proctor
She
killed.
planted the device on the daughter's backpack. So I'm like, you know how loose-lipped Proctor is when he's in his house, and he think he's good when he's in the.
It's gonna be when Ghost comes by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Ghost love popping up.
You know what that's gonna.
That's what I said. He gonna get that's gonna get Proctor killed.
Yeah, Ghost might kill him because he may think that Proctor had something to do. But see that.
Or Tommy might kill him.
But
somebody.
Here's the thing, though. That evidence would. First of all, I don't know what the state of New York is about.
Attorney, client.
Recording people against their will.
Against their will.
Yeah, well, none of this, a lot of the stuff Sachs is doing under the table. It is.
Right, and the question, and I don't think it'll be admissible in court because any good lawyer would say that evidence
It depends on what the evidence is. Because remember what Donovan told Greg before when he was running off the books. He was like, "It better be
good,
like ironclad."
But that's not ironclad. You can't.
I don't know.
It depends on what
ran
Ghost
up
says.
in there saying, "I killed Tommy." I'm like, you just
Still, that's here. Even though you
that's a straight up confession. That ain't no hearsay.
No, it's not. But how was that obtained? Was it obtained legally or was it obtained illegally? So if it's obtained, in other words, you can't.
I know
it's right. You having a search warrant, like you gotta have.
In the law, it says under illegal bargainings. I'm not a lawyer, but under illegal bargainings, you can't turn something that started out bad good. So you can't you can't go do something wrong and then make it good. It's illegal from the jump. So if it's illegal to record someone's conversation like that without their consent, it doesn't matter what's said on it. It's going to be squashed. Any lawyers out there, and particularly if you're a lawyer and you work, you live and work in New York, let us know if that's true or not. I'd like to know. I could be right, I could be wrong. But I know in the state of Maryland it's that way. So
that's up in the air. So that might work itself out where they can't even use anything that they get from that.
And then that's another door opener for what's the new guy's name? Warner.
Warner.
That's another door to put another nail in
Sax's coffin.
Yeah, Sax might be
and
about
it may
here.
be the one that actually seals it.
Yeah. And Tamika was telling Sax too, you might want to find a job in the private sector because you're going to be the scapegoat.
Exactly. She already told him you can't trust the man. So now he's done something that's going to put himself in deeper mess because he's doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Everything he's doing, he's so hell-bent on getting Ghost that everything you do is suspect or wrong.
Right.
Yeah. And he's doing what Greg was doing because Greg started off that way. And you see where that got him. And then,
that poison permeates through everything. Everything it touches, it just goes sour, goes bad.
I thought it was interesting that Mock wasn't there. Like everybody was there,
got sent away last season to
I
go
know,
work in DC.
I know, but Steve Tapia was there.
That's what
I'm saying from DC. So that's what I'm saying. The whole team. I was like, Steve Tapia came from DC, so why can't Mock come?
And Tapia, he was up in there, and I think Donovan was saying, I wish Mock was here to see this when Tommy and Ghost showed up.
Exactly.
Woo! Did you see the look on Ghost's face?
Oh my gosh. That was sending him a message.
And he was, Tasha, did you know about this? She said, yep. I was so weak.
And talk about truth telling.
Ooh.
Yep.
Your little Tasha, did you see the look on Tasha's face when she said it?
Yep.
She looked so happy.
Do you really hate Ghost that much?
I don't hate Ghost at all.
No, I'm sorry, not you.
Oh, you talking about Tasha?
Oh.
Do you really hate Ghost that much?
Well, at the moment they are at odds.
Okay,
and then she told him to back up off her Tommy.
Yeah.
She told him, and the thing is, Ghost lied to her when she had that conversation. Listen. Omissions. When she said to him, back off off Tommy, he said, I'll back up off of Tommy, and he thought Tommy was dead. He didn't know that Tommy wasn't alive. So the thing is, he was willing to let. But he was willing to let. Yeah, like I'm backing
about how he hides from her, she hides from him.
No, but Ghost, he got some stuff.
I know you can't breathe to understand.
Get out of here! Like, come on now.
It affects you so much that you can't.
I'm just saying, but this is why he's not trusted by anyone.
But you know what?
Yeah, because he knew good and doggone well that he thought Tommy was dead. But when Tasha's asking him back up off of Tommy, he gonna go along with it. Like,
he could have said, I don't know. He could have said, I killed Tommy, or this happened, whatever. He said,
Tommy's already taken care of.
He said, I'll back off on. He back up. He could have admitted that he
admit that.
No,
he thought Tommy was dead.
Ghost is looking out for himself.
Once again, Chris, read all of y'all who do not buy the selfish narrative. There it is.
He's trying to buy time. He doesn't want to say everything right off the bat. He's not like that. He's not a guy that just starts talking at the drop of a hat.
No, guys. What did Sax say? He said at the funeral, this guy's like OJ.
Oh my gosh. And as I said, and that's why they want him to, because white people were so mad when OJ got off. And I said that line was perfect.
And you know what? Let's go real. That's actually what we see here. And guys, we know it's just a TV show. But it has realistic implications. And that's what it's really all about. And see, back in the day when Russo was mayor
Right,
in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one of the things that he didn't like about a black organization that was pretty much doing the same thing, he said black folks can't be that smart. And what you see here is exactly the same thing. They're so disgusted with the fact that Ghost outsmarts everybody every single time. And now the players that Ghost has been involved with all this time, they're turning on him. They're turning on him. For one reason or another, they're turning on him. And nobody has clean hands.
Nobody does have clean hands.
You started with Ghost, you should be ending with Ghost.
And I think it's the fact that they know the truth behind the whole ordeal. They just can't find the proof to lock them down. And everybody shows up to the funeral and this is Angela, AUSA. They're showing up to her funeral, so it shows some kind of collusion between all
Exactly.
of y'all.
That's why I said, I understand what y'all was saying about Tasha going with him and not looking innocent. But the reality is, Angela was her husband's mistress. So how realistic is it for her to show up?
She makes herself like a suspect if she goes.
Well, it's not.
I mean, who goes to their mistress?
Under the circumstances, I think it's very realistic because Ghost did tell her why he.
No. I understood his rationale, but I'm just saying I don't know that I would have gone
Yeah, it could also be justified that
because
I lost my daughter. I'm still grieving. I would
have been like, well, why didn't your wife come? Excuse me, why would I go to his mistress's funeral?
Okay.
And never mind the fact that my daughter just died.
You may not have gone. You may not
one.
have gone under any other circumstance, but if you were put in that circumstance that she has been put in, you would have gone. So I mean, she didn't want to go. We knew that, and theoretically, she would not have gone had it not been Ghost putting her in that circumstantial situation.
And Ghost was looking out for Ghost too because he knows that he is a suspect.
Tiffany,
so he would be selfish. He want to look.
Look, if Ghost don't look after Ghost, Tiffany, who gonna look after him?
Well, Ghost looks out for Ghost ahead of anybody.
That's called deflecting. You do that as a journalist.
No,
you're very good at it, by the way. But you know what?
Ghost does. He does look out for himself first. Before anybody.
Ghost has got to look after himself if he wants to
before anybody. His children, his wife, everybody. He's selfish.
The children are collateral damage. I don't care how. Yes.
Do y'all hear this?
You got a mother that's gangster. You got a father that's gangster.
I'm saying he puts himself first before anybody. That's what I'm saying.
How do you?
And we talked about this before. You can't really be in this kind of lifestyle and be the family man.
Exactly.
But
he did,
and that's what he did. And that's why I'm like, when you did that,
that's where the two of them made their mistake. They made their mistake by bringing kids into this very toxic situation.
Okay, but we're here now. We're here now.
But my point is, you can't then go back and want to play. What's that show in the 50s, the 60s that used to come on? Leave It to Beaver. It's stuff like that. You can't. That's not you.
You don't have to be Leave It to Beaver to be there for your family. That's to just be there. That's why Tariq is mad.
But you can't be in the street and be at home at the same time. You cannot be doing selling drugs.
Well, he was up Angela's butt.
Oh God!
And
you know what? Gonna let Angela go. Angela is just Angela is a circumstantial part in that whole development. I mean, Angela got involved with someone whom gave her the impression of being someone else. Mm-hmm. And yes, Ghost, that was wrong. And you allowed Angela to fall in love with you before you wanted to. She was
already in love with them. They were already in love with each other.
Deeper in love with you, and before you were ready to tell her the truth about who you really are. By that time,
and he didn't tell her. She found out.
Well, yeah, but the point is, once she found out, then you were ready to say, okay, let's open the door. This is who I am. What you should have done is walk away.
Well, he said, he should have walked away. Mm-hmm. He should have walked away
to save her.
Yeah, well, and where he tried to do that, but at one point, he should not. When she's a fed, he should have left her alone. But they couldn't stay away from each other because she,
exactly. So again, I can't blame her death on him because.
Yes, you can because had she not been dealing with him, she would be alive.
Tiffany, she had an opportunity to leave.
That's
what I'm saying.
I put it on both of them because Angela got to be responsible for her actions too.
Absolutely.
She kept going back.
But that's what I'm saying. If she had not dealt with him.
Okay, but she did.
Yeah.
So your if then statement is wrong here because she did deal with him. Now, what she could have done to save herself is to cut
Walk
him loose.
away. And she could have cut her loose. And him being a married man,
If
he
she
should have
cut
stayed.
him loose, he wouldn't have any other choice but to cut her loose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right.
Because all she had to say was, "You come one step closer to me, and I'm turning your ass in."
Mm-hmm.
That would have cut him loose.
But that's because he told her that he was going to be somebody else. Remember at the end of season 2, he said Ghost is dead.
It doesn't matter.
So that's why she thought that he was going to be a better man. He was trying.
You can't clean up that. That's my point. I don't care what somebody like that tells you. If ladies, if you're in a situation like this in the street, and these incidences like this, they happen. If somebody shows you who they are, you believe them.
me.
And
Right.
here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether they're going to clean up or not. On down the road, I'm going to clean up. It doesn't really matter because they got too much you-know-what behind them. And all you can do is get caught up in that. Don't let your heart lead you where your mind should go. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, can we reel it back to season 6?
Yes.
Because I still got at least 2 more things we got to touch on.
Go ahead.
The last one is Tariq. So he has he's selling on campus, and the few black kids that are on campus,
5.
one of
What
them,
did she say?
Effie, one of the 5 black kids on campus, supposedly, she has a problem with Tariq selling drugs on campus, and she's
Living the
called
life
him
of
out.
What typical black folks, she says.
Yeah, she doesn't
will
want to
do.
be made out to be the stereotype.
Right.
And basically, she tells the roommate to go get Tariq, and they ended up having a conversation where Tariq basically coerces her to join them in the life.
He didn't coerce her. No.
He persuaded her.
He didn't
Yeah.
persuade her. See, there we go again. This is the prequel to the show. This is Ghost and Angie all over again, starting over
this
day
is Ghost
one.
Goes to Tasha.
I'm sorry. Ghost and Tasha all over again, day one. What did he do? Smart.
I said persuade. I didn't say coerce.
I said coerce.
He didn't do either. What he did was read her. He read her from the moment she opened her mouth. He realized that where she came from.
So he didn't use his words to persuade her?
No. In fact, let's look at his words. All he simply said was, "Come work for me. You'll work less hours, and
That's
get more."
persuasion.
No.
That's
That's persuasion.
like a good pitch.
It says it's a pitch.
It's a pitch.
That's elevator pitch.
It's a pitch.
Which is persuasion.
I'm sorry.
If
It
you
is-
offer somebody better, more money, less hours, if you work for me, this and the other, that's persuasion.
And I mean, she was trying to be a good girl,
Yeah.
but clearly money
You can't-
talks.
Yeah.
No, guys, this is where they keep messing up. You can't persuade me to go do something illegal.
But if
That's gotta be
somebody
inside
tries,
of you.
if you're trying to woo someone or convince them, you try
I
to
don't-
persuade
I tell you
them.
what.
Sway. In
Yeah,
PR,
I'm not
that's
saying,
what
all right,
we
when
do.
we say persuade or coerce, we're not saying that's Tariq's fault.
Off record. Try to persuade me to do something illegal. See what happens.
No, I mean-
it's not gonna happen. It's not
Right.
gonna happen.
Whether you follow or not, but the attempt to do that,
Right.
his pitch
You
is
put it on the
persuasion.
table.
It's a pitch.
Right.
It's a pitch. And
Which
all
is
he did,
persuasion.
and all he was doing, yes, okay. You know what I'm gonna do for once?
Put the definition in the intro.
I'm
please.
gonna give you that. Okay? He persuaded her.
He did.
Then what happened?
She came around to
Came
his way of thinking.
So it's his fault again.
I didn't say
We're not
that.
placing blame.
We're
on
not
her.
placing blame.
We're just
on
saying
her.
what happened.
I'm asking a question.
He persuaded her.
Did he lure her into
He
this?
made her
She's
offer.
just as much responsible for what's going on as he is.
So let's not even use these persuasion.
All right, let's say Tariq
Let's
put an
just
offer
say
on the table.
He put an offer on the table.
He persuaded her.
It was a verbal contract.
We here.
Yeah, y'all
But
stay there.
we gonna say that
Give
he
me
put
one
an offer
eye.
on the
Each
table.
of you give me one eye. I'm good. So my whole point is he put a contract on the table and she
And he persuaded her, and she agreed.
You know what? That's your defense. See, you're setting up a defense already.
A
With the
defense for what?
The persuasiveness defense. She was persuaded to get into that mess. No, she
I'm
wasn't.
not placing blame or anything. He did.
You
He
got- I
made
love the
her.
way you
She's
do that.
responsible
I really
for her decision.
Right.
Whatever comes
Right.
of it.
End of
Right.
story. So whether it's persuasive or not, that's not the issue. The issue is she joined him. That's the issue.
Right.
Bottom line.
And like you said,
And all we said was he persuaded her,
Oh, it's a contract. He put a contract in front of her.
and she
took it.
accepted.
all right, well, I guess
Go
the
ahead.
point of it was you see, like Ron said, this whole storyline playing out again where the roommate is Tommy, Tariq is Ghost, and the little girl Effie is Tasha.
All over
And
again.
so
It is, because you see that this guy is not as smart as
Tommy.
Tariq.
It's Tariq.
I mean, sorry. Yeah,
and
Ghost
it's
was
very
always the
similar.
mastermind.
Always
Yes.
the mastermind. And
Yeah.
how did he do it? Lovely. What did he say? From now on, don't be bringing people to me.
Right.
He said,
Yeah.
They go through you. You charge 30, keep 10, and bring back 20.
You know what? I think I'm taking Tariq off the list because Tariq, since season 2, he had permanently been on the get the hands list.
Yes, he has.
I think I'm gonna take him off because he showed a little savvy, a
The
little
boy is smart.
smooth.
He's smart.
Yeah,
and
he's
the
smart.
The thing is, his being in the drug game is so easy for him. It's so natural for him.
You're just proving our point of why
Exactly.
Ghost should stop lying to him.
Ghost
Exactly.
should not
He sure
talk to-
did. Look. All he had to do was sit back and wait.
That's not true. I'm simply saying is Ghost doesn't need to tell him how to be Ghost.
Exactly. That's why he
So
needs
don't
to stop
say
lying.
anything to him. Not about lying, not about anything. Don't tell him anything.
If he
What-
asks you a straight question, you answer.
If he asks you a straight question that has to deal with the game, has to deal with killing, you
and
know
he
what?
already in the game, then you gonna lie? I mean,
But
that's
Ghost
crazy.
doesn't know he's in the game like that. You know that. He doesn't know that.
He gonna find out.
He knows he
Well,
killed
that's
somebody.
true.
He
That-
knows he
he
was
did-
hitting licks.
Ghost-
he
I mean,
knows that he's not
look,
innocent.
we
He
know
knows that his
Tyreek-
sister died because of him.
Tyreek
Yeah,
did
that's
what he was
facts.
supposed to do on that killing. So I can't hold Tyreek responsible for that because
Right.
he
No,
was
I
sent
hear
to
you.
that.
I hear you, but
So I'm not, Ghost. Yes, he knew, but Ghost also knew why he did it. I'm taking that off the table. What I'm simply saying is Ghost doesn't know that he's in this game, and he's as heavily in the game as he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well-
he knows that. Tommy kind of has a whiff of what he's doing, but you know what? It's okay for Tommy. It ain't his kid, but I can guarantee you, if it was Tommy's kid, Tommy would do everything he could, include lying, to try to keep him out of that.
I don't know about Tommy. Had always
Nah.
been straight up. He was straight up with Holly.
yeah.
And she wasn't even his day one like that. He kind of brought her in step by step. He lied a little bit, but once he seen the line wasn't working, he was like, this is the kind of person I gotta be straight with.
But ergo-
so Ghost should
ergo
see
the
like, okay,
difference.
my lies are not really working in my favor. Maybe I need to be
I don't
straight.
know. I don't know. My thing with Ghost and Tariq is he really needs to spend some time with him.
And
I
stop
agree with
lying.
that. I'm not gonna win on that. Okay, but
All right.
he really needs to spend. I think if he were able to spend more time with him and Tariq get off that look like I don't want you here or you're a burden to me, or if he can open up, maybe he will tell him the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you just proved my other point, and that's what I'm saying. If part of that is being honest, if he had honest
Both sides have to
communication,
be honest.
yeah. Well, I think he would if.
No, see, you
But
can't.
listen,
you can't
listen.
put honesty
Stop it.
on one
Stop
person.
it. Listen to
I'm
me.
trying to stop it. You
Listen.
can't put
But as the
honesty on
parent,
one
you
person.
have
Listen.
to create that environment of trust.
Thank you. When Tasha, listen.
I'm wrong.
No.
Wait a minute.
We need to talk
He
to
was-
John's kids after this.
He was born into lies.
No,
from
listen.
day one.
Listen.
Okay, so Ghost should have known his lies.
Listen.
So catch him one day.
Ron, primary example.
Oh my gracious.
Once Tasha told him about their past and
Yes,
everything,
yes.
then Tariq opened up and let Tasha know that he was there when Raina got killed. They opened up. They've been honest with each other ever since. Ghost has continued to lie to him, which is why he's still on the outside and is why Tariq doesn't really want to be in his presence. He is only associating with folks who is keeping it a buck with him.
tell you
Tasha,
something.
Tommy, Kanan.
I'm gonna tell you something about having a son and at being a father and having a son. There are things that you can see about your son that may not be present physically, may not be in front of you, but you know your son. And with what you know inside you may make you do some of the things that Ghost has done. Maybe Ghost sees his son more like himself than we think he does.
He might.
And maybe because of that, he treats Tariq in such a manner that it may be wrong what he's doing, because we don't know. We pretty much see it play out. It may be wrong, and it may play out to be very detrimental, but I can understand where he's going
I think
and where he's
though-
coming from with it, though. I can understand that, having two sons and watching them and understanding how each of them have their own characteristics and behaviors, And there may be one I say to one son that I may not say to the other. So I'm not pro ghost on it in that essence. I'm just simply saying I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, knowing his son.
Right. Well,
The others don't have that benefit.
Right.
Don't care. Well, they don't. They don't.
Well, I think
they care.
Before, I just wanted to touch on one more thing before we go. But Tariq is coming into adulthood. He's no longer a kid.
Correct.
Ghost can't coddle him. He's off at college, which means he's at least 17 or 18 years old. He's coming into his
high school. Isn't it a private high school?
It's Choate High School. Or college?
I think it's a private high school.
Okay, well, either way, this boy is coming into his teen years. He's approaching manhood. You can't shield him from the world. And so I think that as he gets older, he has to develop a new approach with Tariq.
I can agree with that.
Got to meet people where they are.
No, I agree with that. And if that's going to settle our argument, I'm not for it.
I'll say this about Ghost. Like, I don't think he wants Tariq to see him as a bad person. Remember when he was in jail, he was like, it was really important for his name to be clear because he didn't want his family to think that he did this. So I know that's why he doesn't want to tell Tariq the truth. But they're already there, is what I'm saying.
Okay. And what you just said kind of verifies what I'm trying to say, or which I know what you're saying. As a father, I want you to see me at this level.
But it's too late.
Well, we know it's too late because we're seeing it. We're seeing it in how it's being played out. Until Tariq tells his father what he's doing, selling drugs, and I think that if he were to actually tell Ghost what he's doing, that you're going to start seeing a difference in Ghost. Why? Because just like you said a moment ago, Ghost will have to find a new way, another way.
Yeah.
Until right now. Unfortunately, Ghost sees him as the kid he raised.
Right.
This is not the kid you raised.
Right.
This is another young man who has taken.
I agree with that. I agree with that too. I agree with that.
And so until he finds out, and somebody should tell him, until he finds out what his son is actually doing.
Yeah.
He's going to have to find a new way once he discovers that, because there's nothing else left.
Okay. Well, last thing to touch on before we go into our exit for this episode, Dre. So Dre is supposed to go and testify against Alicia Jimenez, who he basically gave Angie the location on where they were staying last season, and that's how Alicia and Cristobal ended up getting arrested. So Dre now knows that Angela is dead and that he's supposed to testify against Alicia tomorrow. But Angela was the key to him being in that witness protection. But without her, I don't know.
Well, he can remain there, but here again,
the other feds don't really have his back because he didn't make the deal with them.
Because Donovan, what did he say when he walked in on him? He said, "You got to go. We got to move."
Yeah.
So, and where are you moving him to? And what is that about? But did you see Dre's face?
He looked scared as heck.
Terrified.
And when he looked back at his son, here again,
his daughter.
His daughter. When he looked back at his daughter in the room where she is, he looks back and then he looks at the door as Donovan left, and it looked like I got a big decision to make.
He about to make a run for it.
And I'm thinking the same thing, that he's gonna split.
He's gonna split, and I told you guys off camera what I think.
Yeah, go into your predictions for next week.
In my prediction, I saw that conversation between Ghost and Jason, and when he said, "You're either gonna be to kill Tommy, you either gonna pay me or you gotta take his place as the distro." Mm-hmm. I think that Ghost is gonna end up being realigned with Dre, and to position Dre to be the distro to take Tommy out so that he can stay out the game. So I think they're gonna team back up. Dre and Ghost gonna team back up.
And they got common interest because Tommy took all his men, so he don't have a team no more. Ghost is already trying to kill Tommy, so they're the perfect alliance.
Exactly.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
And it sounds good, except Dre's face didn't appear to be a man that wanted any part of anything except out.
No.
And so I'm just saying.
But Jason behind him, if he becomes the distro for Jason, now he has the Serbs behind him to go up against the Jimenez.
That may be true.
The only thing is that Jason gave Tommy some Serbs too for protection.
Exactly.
So Jason playing everybody.
And not only that, he's getting paid for providing that protection for Tommy. So Tommy's paying. He's got double
Yeah, he
duty on his
getting
hands.
a cut taken out.
So to actually get Dre, I just saw in Dre's eyes.
Oh yeah,
a
he's
man
scared.
That
He's scared.
looks like I think he'll run before he talks to anybody.
I think Ghost is going to approach him because we seen a little bit of last season where he and Dre kind of exchanged favors to kill each other's enemy, and so I think that them linking back up somehow, they already have that bond through Rashad, even though Dre is no longer in the
We didn't even touch on Rashad. Rashad went full old dog.
Yeah.
This he was old dog again. We didn't even touch on that.
I've been waiting to see Rashad play that role.
Yeah, I was like, old dog in the suit.
He choked old boy out.
Yes.
And then told him to man up when he was on the floor.
Yes.
And he done hired the little neighborhood guy Will
now, that was a smart
go and
move,
do his
man.
dirty
we
work.
talked about that upstairs, and I thought that was a pretty smart move for thug businessman. Because here you got this guy that can really ruin your run just by showing up. Yeah. And so what did he do? He brought him in. He knows his reality. He knows the guy's reality. And he offers him money.
And he getting dirt on Ghost.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
he doesn't have much to get because Tate already has an idea what goes into.
Well, and then
he just needs a spy that's like unsuspecting.
And the guy ain't no private eye, so how much he's gonna get. And I don't even know if Tate did that expecting something from it. I just think he wanted to move him out of the way.
Oh, of course.
You go spy on Ghost, and I'm gonna pay you. Now you're out of the way. I don't have to worry about you running up and doing what you were doing. I don't have to worry about that anymore because now you're on my payroll. So, here again.
And I don't know if y'all peeped when Ghost came over and took over the mic.
That was funny. That was funny.
And he kind of gave himself, he really did give himself alibi. Me and Tate been working last night 18 hours, covering that little 18-hour span where he looked like
him into his mess. He said, "Don't take me down."
He found out Tommy wasn't dead, so he ain't need the alibi no more. But I was like, this dude right here.
That was so perfect.
It was.
And what I'm saying, this is the mind of a man that you all, this is.
Smart man.
Listen, I never said that Ghost wasn't
He'll
smart.
swindle you though.
Yeah, he is.
Tate was like, what? Where were you for real?
You know what? But then again, I can't blame him because Tate was trying to push him back as a second hand.
Yeah, Tate tried to play him.
Trying to play him.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he said, "I'm not trying to go down with your ship." Now, prosecutor, Asia has been killed that you've been linked with. You running for governor. I wouldn't want that dude in my camp either.
And I don't know if y'all see for the previews of next week, the lady is questioning.
Hands aren't clean.
We know that. But still, you don't want the whiff of this woman who was his mistress turned up dead. A federal prosecutor? I mean, who wants that linked to them running for office?
And the lady she's a new character, I'm guessing, that's going to be introduced next week. But she was kind of sniffing around like, who's
going to sleep with her? When I saw that, I was like, Ghost. I said, okay.
Did you check her eyes out when she saw her Ghost?
When I saw that, I said, that's Ghost's next victim.
Always. He always on the prowl.
Yeah.
On the prowl, Ghost is doing.
Now that they done, he took Tosh off the list at the penthouse, so he can bring Slim back to the house.
No more hotels.
Right.
Oh, one other thing. And Tasha rolls up in her new place. What y'all think of the new place?
It was very humble. At first I seen the kitchen.
I did too. I was like, oh,
what is this?
But then when I saw the view, I said, okay,
this is decent for New York.
Yeah.
But it still ain't no comparison to
the penthouse.
But yeah, she's back to her struggle.
Her independence. Yeah.
It's gonna cost you something.
Yep.
So whatever.
That's all right. Until
no diggity, no doubt.
Well, Ghost might not be too far behind her because if you see him in next season, next week's preview, he is like pleading like, I'm running out of options. I'm running out of money. I'm like, Ghost, you really dug yourself into one this time.
Well, but again, I think that's where when you got that situation where everything's coming at you at one time, you're going to make decisions that probably aren't prudent for you to make. And I think that's where Ghost is, and he's been there for a minute. So, and I think that's why you see some of the irrational decisions that he's making because he really doesn't have time to think.
Yeah, he
only has time to act. And I think that's what you're seeing in this wonderfully made episode this week. I think I really enjoyed it, and I think it laid out some, it actually cleaned up some things from the first episode. The first episode kind of left me a little empty.
Really?
Yeah, just a little, because I think that, well, let me not say that. I should say that we didn't see it playing out as we do. It's step-by-step thing. So
they got a slow walk.
That's what I'm
Usually you know the formula with Power. It seems like by the time you get to episode 5, that's like the pivotal point, the turning point, and then it's like turbo blast.
But it might be even longer since we have a longer season.
Exactly.
So they have more time to
but I did feel I felt
out.
more in the second.
The storytelling.
Right. Mm-hmm. I felt more about the storytelling in the second episode than I did so much in the first. And it doesn't mean anything. It's just what I took from it.
Okay. Well, we have probably gone over time a little bit.
Maybe.
But it's okay. We had a good time discussing this episode with you guys. Please let us know your comments and how you felt about this episode. Also, be sure to tag us in any posts that you see of our viral meme going around. Please tag at the Spot Real Talk to let us know so we can get our credit.
And also give us the name that you like to be called.
Oh yeah, the name of our supporters. Y'all got to come up with something very creative so that we know how to address y'all. Make sure you follow us online at the Spot Real Talk. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I guess this is where we're going to close out since we've taken up enough of your time. Again, stick with us and we'll see you again next week for a recap of episode 3. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.